Rebecca, just a heads up. I've invited 10 of my friends over to the house tomorrow afternoon. So, it would be great if you could prepare lunch for everyone.
Wow, 10 people? That's quite a large gathering, isn't it?
I'm quite popular around town, you know. We all decided to catch up after a long time. And our house is the perfect size for a gathering of 10 people.
I see. Okay. In that case, I guess I should make something nice and easy for you all to share with each other, right? How about a delicious seafood platter?
Don't be silly. That won't do at all. Honestly, you're just hopeless, aren't you? Always trying to take the easy way out.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention at all. I just thought it would be nice if you could all share the same thing. In that case, what would you like me to prepare for everyone?
Well, don't get me wrong, I'd be just fine with a simple salad or something along those lines. But what would everyone say if you served up something like that? People would think my daughter-in-law can only cook plain, simple dishes. And you wouldn't want people to think that either, I'm sure. Anyway, everyone is getting older, you know. So some of the guests have foods they can't eat anymore.
Oh, I see. Can you give me some examples?
Well, let's see. Patty can only eat soft foods. Elena doesn't eat meat anymore. Oh, and Joanna is lactose intolerant. As for me, I hate eating vegetables, as you know. So you'll have to make something for each person according to their needs.
I know, but sorry. I'm still not exactly sure what I should make for everyone.
I knew you'd say that. Always making excuses and trying to take shortcuts. Lucky for you, I'm a kind person, so I took the time to ask everyone what they want. I have a list with everything written down about what you're going to make for each person. Take a look at it and make the dishes accordingly.
Wait a minute. Does that mean I'll be making a different dish for everyone attending?
Yes, of course.
10 completely different dishes? That's a lot of work.
There you go again, trying to get out of doing basic chores. Honestly, just how lazy can you possibly be? Just because Manuel is away on a business trip doesn't mean you can get away with cutting corners.
I'm not trying to cut corners, really. But you're just asking so much of me, and it's hard to keep up.
I'm not asking for too much. You're just incompetent. When will you learn that? And that reminds me, once you get back from the supermarket, I want you to redo all the cleaning in the house.
All of it? Why? I cleaned the whole house twice since this morning.
It's no good at all. Do it over from the beginning. Good grief, why is it that everything you attempt to do fails so completely? I swear, I've never met anyone so useless in all my life. You have no parents, so you were really never disciplined properly. That's why I have to teach you everything from scratch.
I'm sorry. I don't want to cause a nuisance.
And are you done shopping yet? What on earth is taking you so long? You still have a million things to do when you get home.
But the supermarket is also quite a long distance walk from the house, and it's the middle of summer.
Well, you'll just have to run then.
It's just that I thought I'd keep the shopping light today since I can't use the car. But you asked me to buy a lot of stuff for tomorrow, and now all my shopping bags are completely full. I don't think I'll be able to run home carrying this many bags.
Figure something out! You're beyond useless! Don't forget, I am your mother-in-law. My word is absolute. If you come home with any items missing from the list, I'll send you right back outside into the heat to go and get it. Have you got that?
I already double-checked that I have everything.
I don't trust you. It seems that no matter what you do, it's never up to my standards.
But I'm doing my absolute best.
Well, your best just isn't enough then. Oh, my poor Manuel. He deserves so much better. Why did he end up with a woman like you? I'll never know. He should have been more careful when it came to choosing a wife. Marriage is not a humanitarian endeavor. Come to think of it, he's been obsessed with volunteering at places and giving to charities since he started attending university. It seems to me that even his marriage has become an extension of that behavior.
I don't think that's the case, Brooklyn.
Of course it is. Are you trying to say I'm wrong about this? Insolent child. I know it's true. That's the only way to explain why he ended up marrying you of all people.
But he is always so loving toward me.
So? So what? You're like an abandoned puppy dog he's taking care of. I'm sure he just felt sorry for you. You knew that, and you took advantage of Manuel's kindness, didn't you? Admit it already.
Of course I didn't. Manuel is the one who approached me and asked me to go out with him, and he proposed first as well.
Is that so? Well, I only ever thought of you as a burden to this household. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a great misfortune that Manuel ever met you in the first place. But I'm being generous and letting you live here in our house anyway. I put up with you, so in return, you must obey everything that comes out of my mouth. Understood?
Yes, I understand.
Where on earth have you gone off to now? It's been an hour since you left the house. I just told you to do some simple shopping for me.
Sorry about the delay. I started to feel sick, so I stopped to rest for a little bit. I'll get on the next bus to the supermarket when it arrives.
Wait, you're not even at the supermarket yet?
No, not yet.
Honestly, what is wrong with you?
I really do feel sick, that's all.
I don't believe a word of this nonsense. Stop trying to play this sympathy card. Hurry up and get back here already. Rub my shoulders for the rest of the day.
But I rubbed your shoulders for over an hour last night.
You have weak hands, so it made no difference at all.
But you were fast asleep toward the end.
I was just pretending to sleep in order to get you to go away without hurting your feelings.
But you were even snoring and everything.
I do not snore. How dare you accuse your mother-in-law of snoring?
Well, perhaps I imagined it or something.
Yes, you must have been drifting off yourself.
Maybe I was. I have to massage your shoulders before you sleep every night, and then I get up at 5 a.m. to clean the house and make everyone breakfast. So recently I haven't been getting that much sleep.
That's only natural. Keeping the house clean is a housewife's job. And yet you continue to cut corners wherever possible.
I'm doing my best to keep the place clean.
Well, of course you are. You're not praiseworthy. Like I said, keeping the house clean is a housewife's job. More importantly, hurry up and finish your errands. When you get back, you need to help me prepare for my holiday and pack my suitcase. I'm leaving tomorrow, you know.
I don't know if I'll be up to that today. I feel really dizzy. I would like to rest a little bit more when I get home.
Are you trying to defy me?
No, it's not like that. Recently, I've been feeling really tired and getting migraines all the time.
You're perfectly fine. Do you really think you'll be able to get out of doing housework by making up stories like that?
Okay, I'm on my way. I'll be back as soon as possible.
Oh, and by the way, just because I won't be home for a few days doesn't mean you can skimp on the housework. And I know you've been secretly eating food from the kitchen at night.
What? I'm not sure I follow.
You thought I hadn't noticed anything? I hear you sneaking around in the kitchen whenever you think I'm asleep.
Wait, you heard that? Well, the thing is, let me explain.
Go on.
No, sorry, it's nothing. Never mind.
That's what I thought. Stealing food in the middle of the night. You hurt this woman. I won't let you stay in this house if you're going to continue to be so useless.
What do you mean?
Honestly, I'm tired of you being here. If you could just leave Manuel and me alone, things would be so much more peaceful.
What are you implying? Do you genuinely feel that way? I'm doing everything I can. I just want both of you to be content.
To put it bluntly, I want you and Manuel to part ways. In simpler terms, get a divorce.
Are you serious about this?
Absolutely. If you two were to separate, then Manuel could find a new, more compatible wife.
Is that truly what you desire? I can't believe this.
Actually, I believe Manuel feels the same way. He's as tired of your presence as I am. He no longer wants to tolerate a wife who can't get anything right, and I don't blame him. Let him find someone better.
But why would you say that? I don't understand.
Well, he's always away on business trips, isn't he? But are you certain they're just business trips? Perhaps he's just trying to escape from you. He might have even found someone else. Someone superior to you. But Manuel is a good man, too kind to ask you to leave directly.
I had no idea you despised me so much. All I ever wanted was for you to accept me. I tried my best to be a good daughter-in-law. Why did things turn out like this?
Are you just now realizing how much we dislike having you around? Did you honestly think I could ever accept someone like you, who only brings trouble into my life? Absolutely not. Wake up from your dream.
I thought if I persevered, one day we could have a relationship like a mother and daughter.
Well, your hopes were misplaced. The day when we get along will never arrive. All your efforts have been in vain. Just give up.
I can't believe it. So it's hopeless then? But I've given it my all. I truly believed it could work.
Didn't it occur to you? From the moment we met, I've been hoping for the day when you and Manuel would part ways. If that happened, he can find a new woman, a better woman.
Now I understand. There was never any chance of winning your approval from the beginning, was there?
Absolutely not. Do I really need to spell it out for you to understand my feelings?
I don't know what to say. This is really disheartening.
What's that? Trying to gain my sympathy again by playing the victim. Just stop it already. You're so cunning. Don't think for a moment that I'll fall for it. Is this how you won over Manuel?
That's not my intention. I just feel like all my energy has been drained and there's nothing left inside me. It feels like no matter what I do, it's never enough, isn't it? I don't know why I keep trying.
So now you finally understand that the problem lies with you. At least now you know how I truly feel about you. You're nothing more than a maid in this house. Do you understand?
A maid? Is that all?
That's all. More importantly, you're still not back yet. Hurry up and finish shopping and come home. If you're not back in an hour, I'll have you thrown out of the house for real this time. I don't need a housekeeper who can't do anything right.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Rebecca, where have you been? Why aren't you answering your phone? You're out enjoying yourself instead of taking care of the house as you should. You think you can neglect your duties? I'm hungry, you know. Prepare some lunch.
Prepare it yourself.
Finally, there you are. What took you so long? And what did you just say to me? Prepare it myself? How dare you speak to your mother-in-law like that?
Oh, I know exactly who I'm speaking to, and I don't care. I can express my thoughts freely.
What's gotten into you? Where is this sudden defiance coming from?
What are you gonna do about it, huh?
I warned you. I'll have you evicted from the house. I have the power to do so. Don't test my patience.
Ooh, how terrifying. You'll have me evicted? You really think you have the authority to do that to me?
What? How could you speak to me like that? Remember, I am Manuel's mother. I can treat you however I see fit, and you don't get a say in it. I've told you time and again, I hold all the power in this house, and you must respect my words. Understood? The truth comes out at last. You're nothing but a crazy degenerate.
I'm not out of my mind. My head feels like it's about to burst with rage. But apart from that, I'm perfectly sane. If anything, I'm seeing things more clearly than I have in a long time. I finally understood what you've been doing to Rebecca all along. If only I'd realized it sooner, I could have intervened. I could have shielded her from you.
Wait, what? Aren't you Rebecca? Who are you? Are you her secret admirer or something? I knew it. That girl is not suitable for Manuel at all. He must divorce her now. He must.
Rebecca's no more, you fool.
Huh? What do you mean she's no more?
I mean exactly that. Rebecca's no more, Mom. And it's all because of you.
Wait, Manuel? Is that you?
Yes, it's me. You finally figured it out, huh?
What are you doing, dear? Why are you using Rebecca's phone? And what do you mean she's no more? You're not making any sense, my dear. Is this some sort of plot of hers to get back at me?
You're still saying this nonsense even now? Of course it isn't part of some plot. Today was her funeral. I didn't inform you about it because I didn't want you to be there. I decided that you, of all people, didn't deserve to be there today.
Stop kidding around. Tell me what's really happening here.
You think I would joke about something like this?
You're serious then? She passed away?
Yes. She's really gone.
But how? Why so suddenly? That would make sense. She's always daydreaming, after all, never aware of her surroundings. She must have wandered onto the road in a daze or something.
Enough! You're still belittling her even now. Don't you understand the gravity of the situation? And as I said before, it's all your fault.
My fault? I didn't do anything. I've been on vacation all week. I couldn't have done anything to her even if I wanted to.
The doctors told me she collapsed from exhaustion. I rushed back from my business trip, but by the time I got to the hospital, she was barely breathing.
Well, that hardly has anything to do with me now, does it? But anyway, aren't you relieved?
What? How could I be relieved?
I mean, now that she's finally gone, you can get a new wife.
You're joking, right? You can't be seriously saying that at a time like this.
Of course I'm serious. That Rebecca. She was never a good match for you in the first place. Now you can find an educated, beautiful woman who will cook and clean and take care of the house the way a wife should.
I can't believe this. You're even worse than I thought. I had no idea you were such a heartless person.
Watch your language. You can't talk like that to your own mother.
Like I care. After the funeral, I unlocked Rebecca's phone and read all the messages between the two of you. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I don't understand. What's the problem?
You worked her tirelessly every day from dawn till dusk. She barely had time to sleep. Do you know that? Do you think anyone can survive living like that? It makes me sick to even call you my mother.
Hold on. There seems to be some confusion here. I haven't done anything wrong.
Really? You can't possibly believe that. Then how do you explain all those messages you exchanged?
It was just a joke. It was an inside joke between us. We often joked like this, but it was never meant to be taken seriously.
Do you really expect me to believe that, Mom? I'm not naive. Rebecca is no longer here. Don't you understand that? She was so full of life when I left for my business trip. What happened? You must have overworked her.
I didn't do anything wrong. I was just teaching her how to behave as a wife. It was nothing more than that. You have to believe me.
Stop lying. I've had enough of your lies, Mom. She always reassured me she was fine, and I believed her like a fool. But now I see she was just trying to be strong for me. She didn't want me to worry about her.
That's not how it was. I didn't do anything wrong.
Are you still saying that now, when she's 6 feet under?
Well, it's the truth.
When we were at the hospital, do you know what Rebecca said to me in her last moments?
How would I know? She probably complained about me, right? Always playing the victim, that girl.
You're beyond redemption. Holding my hand, she apologized. She said, I'm sorry I couldn't get along with your mother. I'm sorry I couldn't be the daughter-in-law she wanted.
She said that?
That's not all. Before my business trip, I asked if she wanted to join me and see the sights. Do you know what she said? She declined because she didn't want to leave you alone at home.
Really? Did she worry about me that much?
She saw it as an opportunity to bond with you when it was just the two of you at home. She truly saw you as her mother.
No, that can't be.
She's an orphan. Her parents died when she was a baby. So after marrying me, she thought she would finally have a mother figure in her life. She did everything to be a good daughter.
I never realized she felt that way.
For your birthday, she wanted to celebrate by cooking your favorite dishes. She thought it would make you happy. So she had been practicing for weeks and even prepared a full menu.
Wait, so all those noises from the kitchen at night were her practicing? And here I thought she was stealing food.
She wanted to prepare a lot of food in secret to surprise you. She even excitedly planned a surprise party for you, discussing decorations, guest list, music selection, everything.
No, that can't be.
And yet, despite all of that, you treated her poorly until the very end?
But I didn't know. How could I have known? None of this was ever communicated to me, and I didn't realize she saw me in such a light.
Your selfishness led to my wife's death. I will never forgive you for this.
I'm sorry, Manuel. Please, don't say that. I didn't intend for any of this to happen. You must understand.
It's too late for apologies. Even if you beg for forgiveness 1,000 times, it won't bring Rebecca back.
I admit my mistake. I shouldn't have said or done those things. Please forgive me.
Do you think an apology will fix everything? Wake up, Mom. My wife is dead because of you. Didn't you notice she was unwell? Even though you saw her every day? She even told you she wasn't feeling well. Why didn't you do something?
I thought she was just trying to avoid housework.
She wasn't making excuses. Are you out of your mind? She was trying to tell you she was sick, but you ignored her, and now it's too late for regrets. I can no longer consider you as my mother.
What are you saying?
I'm severing ties with you, permanently.
No, you can't mean that. But I'm your mother. Do you know what I went through to raise you? Does this mean you're not coming home?
My boss has been offering me an overseas assignment for a while now. I kept refusing because Rebecca loved this town and we wanted to start a family here, near their grandmother. But now, there's no reason for me to stay here anymore. I'm leaving next week, and I don't know when or if I'll be back.
You're just going to abandon me? How could you be so heartless?
As I said before, I no longer consider you as my mother. Rebecca was the only family that mattered to me.
Don't say that. What about me? Don't the past 30 years of my life mean anything to you? You wouldn't even exist if not for me. And besides, Rebecca is no longer here. It's just us now. Don't abandon your only living family member for someone who's no longer here.
Enough! How dare you speak about Rebecca like that? And as I've said before, you're no longer my mother. My only regret is not cutting ties with you sooner.
But we can still live together while cherishing her memory. We can hold another memorial service for her. We can even visit her grave together. Doesn't that sound nice?
Enough already. I don't want to hear any more of this. Rebecca is gone. Even if you mourn for her now, it won't bring her back to life. I hope she haunts you for the rest of your days, damn it. Live whatever is left of your pathetic life apologizing to her.
What? You think she might haunt me?
Perhaps. If I were her, I certainly would. She would have had a lot of unresolved issues in this world, all thanks to you. Before moving on, she might want to settle scores with you. Or maybe she'll just appear at night, still hoping to build a relationship with you. After all, she never got to fulfill that wish.
You can't be serious. You're just trying to frighten me now. Don't say such dreadful things to your own mother. My heart can't bear it.
Anyway, I have to leave now. This is probably our last conversation.
Don't leave yet, Manuel. And what about the house? Who will maintain it now? I can't manage it all by myself. I'm just a frail old woman now. You'll arrange for someone to help me out, right?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm severing ties with you. Why should I arrange for a cleaner for you? I don't care who looks after you now or wherever you go or what you do. And by the way, the lease on the house ends at the end of the month, so you'll need to find a new place to live soon.
What? You can't be serious. That only gives me a few weeks. Where am I supposed to go on such a short notice?
That's not my problem. Find somewhere that will take in a bitter old woman like you. I couldn't care less. Go fend for yourself for all I care. Goodbye, forever.
Wait, please. I don't have any money. I'm an old woman. I haven't worked in 30 years. What am I supposed to do if you leave? At least lend me some money to get by with. You have to help me. Help your poor old mother. Manuel, you can't abandon me.
After that, I heard Brooklyn was kicked out of the house we used to live in by the new owners and had to flee to another state to go and stay at a distant relative's house. But once she told him about the situation with Rebecca, they turned her away and told her to never come back. Then she started working somewhere as a live-in housekeeper, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, and babysitting. In fact, she is forced to work like a dog from first thing in the morning till late at night. She barely had time to sleep and she quickly lost a lot of weight. She started telling people that every night the ghost of Rebecca would stand by her bedside and glare at her. Terrified, she ended up fleeing back to her relative's house for comfort, but was turned away again without hesitation. I no longer want anything to do with that woman, regardless of where she is or what she's doing. I still have trouble believing what happened to Rebecca. It haunts me every day to know that she's no longer in this world. I know I'll regret being unable to protect her from my mother for the rest of my life. But even so, every time I close my eyes, I still see Rebecca's smiling face, and I'll continue to live with that smile in my heart until the day I die.